I wanted to make sure that I was able to offer something to the students that would benefit them, that they found meaning in, that was relevant on some sort of social level and also a musical level. And also thinking about, how are we going to move forward into the fall semester, knowing that there's a real great likelihood that we're not going to be able to perform together. And so in my mind, I thought, well, what chamber operas exist? I thought Der Kaiser is a fantastic piece to put on for the students. It's a small cast, it only has 7 singers, and there's an orchestra of 15 people. And I knew moving into the building that we would have the capacity and the space to be able to socially distance everybody.
Kaiser von Atlantis has a lot of very random abstract qualities to it. It's kind of edgy in a way. And so there's something about it that lends itself to being able to be put in a variety of different scenarios. And the green screen allowed us to be able to kind of explore the landscape of the piece in that way.
At the beginning of the year, we had a Zoom meeting, so surprise, an online platform. I had a Zoom meeting and we just kind of talked about our ideas and said, oh, by the way, have you ever done anything with chroma depth? And everyone's all like, what? What do you mean? And then they said that they were going to try to make everything 3D and they're going to play with this chroma depth kind of genre, I guess? Like, I don't know, it's brand new for the whole opera kind of vibe and everything. And so they were really excited about starting something new, and especially it just happened to be that this would be like the perfect opportunity to do that because of all of these health and safety regulations.
The idea of chroma depth is it's all about using colors to create depth. So when you're watching it, you can watch it in a 2D version, so it still looks like it's a movie. However, if you put these 3D prism glasses on, then all of a sudden, all the colors start to come to life. So it looks like you're looking at a holograph. So then also the costumes are also oriented towards adhering to the color scheme that would be most effective in a chroma depth environment. So reds, greens, blues, yellows. So when you're watching this, you'll see that all of a sudden, red is a color that will always be at the forefront of the picture and the image, and then blues and greens will slightly recede into the background. But no matter what, you get this really incredible three-dimensional image.
What's been interesting for me working on this piece is the discovery that certain things that working in the pandemic in this way have kind of required us to do, those things are going to be really at home in the world of this opera.
Die verlernt hat, am Leben sich zu freuen und des Todes zu sterben.
It's kind of chilling to think that there are certain things that are as absurd and strange in life then as there are now. And it very much reflects, I think, the spirit that the piece was written in. The dire situation that the authors found themselves in, I think that it was absolutely essential to be able to laugh. It was absolutely essential to be able to create something that had culture to it, that was musical, that fed the soul. The spirit of doing this piece in this moment, in this building, despite all of the limitations and restrictions that we're experiencing, it is very much partnering with the spirit of the piece.
Just the story of how this opera was, how it came about, being that it was written in a concentration camp, and just having it being like a political satire, and I don't know, it's just that whole, especially with kind of the times we're in right now, and a lot of everything with Black Lives Matter and a bunch of protests and stuff. It's kind of interesting to have do this political satirical show in a time when there's a lot of unjust. And so I was really excited to just kind of be a part of something like that.
I'm very fortunate in that, we have one of the best schools in the country. And truly, and I mean this honestly, that I wake up and I think, I'm really lucky. I have incredible students who are willing to put in the hard work, especially with this cast. It's a phenomenal cast, and I think that it's been a very enriching and rewarding experience for them. And I think it would be a disservice to them to not to try to do something as if things were normal. And that's part of my goal with this program and being in my new position. You know, sort of how do I go about trying to create projects and operas moving forward? Because if we can do this during this time, then I think everything else is going to be easier. I'm waiting for the day when we can just build a set again.
So get socially distanced safely, please.
But it feels good knowing that like we're going above and beyond to prioritize safety, regardless of music, and it just is really awesome that we also get to we've figured something out to still do what we love.